The popping and banging led us to figuring out some were firing. 10 millimeter. This 1992 Camaro B4C 108 police track package car hasn't moved in 10 years, under its own power anyway, other than in and out of trailers and barns and such. And now we're going to make some sort of progress on making it move under its own power. So, first steps are...
A lot of steps. Alright, since this car hasn't moved in so long, we're not really sure what exactly we have. From a body and interior perspective, we can figure that out. This was purchased as a joint venture, father-son project, and lots of fun with that. But ultimately, we want it to be something we can share with the whole family. And of course, we have limited funds and time available. If time and money were no object, that'd be easy. We just rip it limb from limb, put it all back together, either concourse condition or resto mod, somewhere in the middle. Don't know yet. But anyway, what we need to do now is try to figure out what can we use, what can't we use, at least to get it to step one. That being something everyone can enjoy, likely or hopefully in the shortest amount of time, rather than waiting for a whole restoration to happen on borrowed time in other people's barns and whatnot. Since we don't have our own shop, we make the use of other people's places, and because of that, we kind of have to plan all our activities ahead of time and get them all done at once. So it makes things a little bit hectic. But anyway, we're trying to minimize that the most we can. What we've done so far is make a bit of a makeshift fuel cell with a pump in it, so that we can pressurize the fuel injection system. We're trying to bypass, we have bypassed the tank, which is in very rough shape. I'll flash some pictures of that. And we're hoping that the injectors aren't set up. They most likely are. Hopefully the transmission is solid enough. And if so, great. We probably will pick up with getting the interior together, probably a rattle can refurbish under here and clean up and whatnot, and then basically get the body in presentable condition. And we're not quite sure just what that's going to be yet, but we have lots of ideas. So with that, we've already changed all the fluids. We're good there. Fixed numerous little electrical issues and whatnot. Worked our way through some vehicle anti-theft troubles. We got it at the point now where it'll crank, and we're not sure if we have spark or not. I'm not sure if we have fuel or not. So,
but it does turn.
Yeah, we have
starter was very good.
Yeah, did have a new starter on it.
Bonus.
Yeah, bonus. So we'll see where we go from here. Hopefully it's going to be something simple. Maybe the timing's just way off. Hopefully, if the injectors are set up, there's likely there's going to be a whole other weekend of tearing the intake off and redoing the injectors. We'll see. So with that, let's get on with it. Oh, you need to stay in here. Ready?
Yeah, I'm getting in.
Okay, set. Let me tell me when you're about ready so I can get it. Whoop, that missed. Yep. Well,
hey, we got smoke out the back though.
we got spark.
Not a bit of an intake backfire?
Yeah, but that's kind of why you don't do starting fluid. That intake track is so crazy long.
Right. Was it a glorious fireball?
It scared me.
More than
can't imagine that the timing was that far off, but you know, just rolling so slow, I couldn't tell where the timing was. I tried. I do think we need to roll a little faster. That would help.
Yeah.
Let's put the jumper cables to it. I'm hoping to roll it fast enough to just kind of get it.
Yeah, I'd stay over there if I was you too. Are you going for nuclear or just?
Yeah, I'm going hog wild start here, but what I'm saying is, I'll give it another little snort, not as much as I did last time. It's kind of a big bang that you don't want to happen.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it's going to spin fast enough I can get an idea what the timing is. Right now, it's tripping this, so that's good. It's throwing a spark, which obviously we found out with the big puff too. But
Yeah, that's true.
but I have no idea where it is. I'm trying to figure. It would flicker, but I couldn't see a mark. I couldn't see anything. So try to make it spin a little faster and see what we can find. Maybe the timing's just way off. Okay, clear to crank. Okay. Yep, that's lots of it.
Hi, it's Jordan from about a month or two after the footage you're seeing take place. Actually, more, present day me. Just quick explaining what happened that led us to the next step. Going back first, we knew that we'd be kind of, for lack of a better term, trying to get away with murder by not changing out the injectors. As you may have saw in the videos where I was walking around the car explaining what was going on with the car, we knew that the injectors were likely bad. We just wanted to see if we could get away without having to tear apart the whole, tune port injection system, but didn't get so lucky. So yeah, after we had checked all of the ignition system, the plug wires, the plugs, the coil, distributor and such, we then were pretty sure we had set the timing. So at that point we were just down to, okay, what's going on with our injectors? And first off, we're like, well, clearly we're getting a little something. So let's see if all of them are getting signal in the first place. And to do that, we used this tool called a Noid light tester. And what you have here comes in a nice little package, such as this, if you get it from the Harbor Freight. And what you'll do is you take your little Noid light, you plug it into the wiring clip for the fuel injector, and when you're turning it over, you'll see it flash if the specific fuel injector is getting a signal to light off. And all 8 did light off, so we knew our ECU was doing its job and sending signal to the injectors to fire. That's good. Great. So then what we did after that to see if any of the injectors were working was we took a 9-volt battery and put the leads on the plugs, or on the terminals in the injector itself, or on the injector itself rather. If they clicked, we knew, okay, it sort of works. If they didn't, well, injector's dead, obviously. And only 2 clicked when we were testing it with the 9-volt. So pretty clear at that point, we need to do a set of fuel injectors. And as I'm sure many of you well know, getting parts right now isn't exactly easy. So it took a little bit in that time to apart the fuel injection, and he did find they were clogged to crap. And I'm telling you, Titanic levels of gross. Throw up a few pictures of it. But yeah, so that's where we were at. That's where we went. And where you'll pick up now is when we finally had got our fuel injectors in. Turns out somehow we ended up with the same injectors out of an E36M3. Just how it goes, I guess. So yeah, you will pick us up now, reassembling the fuel injector and trying once again to get that thing to make some thunder. So pick you up there. So it's quite a bit later, weeks, mainly due to wrong injectors being sent. But how did we get to ordering injectors? Well, the popping and banging led us to figuring out some were firing.
So one was working almost completely, and I'm thinking we were probably firing maybe on that cylinder.
Which resulted in the popping and banging.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
There was another one that was partially opening, so I'm going to guess that one was crazy lean, and what was happening is it was not firing. It was pumping it into the exhaust, and then we'd get what seemed like an M80 in the exhaust, kabang, about every 10-15 seconds of cranking, something like that. And then every now and then we get a lean pop out the top too. With this 2-port injection, trying to get it to run on starting fluid is pretty hard. We did get it to run for just a little whir, and that was about it. It's a little hard to get it through the throttle body, down the runners, and all the way across. I think total distance, if you were to measure it from the valve back to the throttle body, it's almost a yard or maybe a little less. We'll have to figure that out sometime. Anyway, they're very long tubes. That's what gives it so much low end torque. But anyway, it makes it pretty difficult to try to run it on starting fluid, so that wasn't working either.
So, injectors confirmed bad, ordered new ones, or attempted to. We figured out factory was roughly 21?
22 and a half.
22 and a half. So attempted to order 22s originally.
22 and a half.
22 and a half originally. Got sent 18s. Ended up sending those back. It would have run, like idled on 18s, but it wouldn't have done well under load. It would have gone lean under load. So that resulted in us sending them back, and now we have 24s, possibly.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
23.5s. Yeah. So 24s.
They came in pink. Pink was unacceptable by
Correct.
you. So now they're gray. They're also from an E36M3, so that's cool. He doesn't know what that is, but that's fine. So yeah, now we're at reassemblage.
We're not crazy on eBay parts, but since the rest of the fuel system probably isn't exactly debris free, we went with some real cheap ones off of Evil Bay, and hopefully we're going to be in business. We'll see.
During the disassembly, though, we also found possibly an attempt at some added speed of the fuel pressure regulator there.
Yep.
Adjustable. Neato. So that's kind of neat. Also in the downtime, we reworked 2 of the calipers that were kind of hung up to make them possibly work, or at least not as bad.
We can probably move it without too much trouble now.
Right.
The other thing we found was that the power steering, unfortunately, has lost a couple of bolts. I think once we get the tension back on it, we're going to be able to start it and run it, but we aren't going to be able to go too far. We're going to need to get this back apart, replace the bolts that fell out.
It's just infinitely adjustable. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
No problems. May have caused a minor fuel spillage. Also, we don't know, this might be leaking too. Might. It's wet. But not that high, so maybe we'll get lucky. Now that I look at it from the top, so. Reassemblage. Boom. With the power of editing, it's done. Or maybe it won't be.
Yeah.
Yay!
See what mysteries await us once we get it lit, hopefully.
Yeah.
And get some heat in it. I think we'll, next frontier, we'll see if it can hold some pressure in the cooling system or not.
Or if it moves.
Or if it moves.
That'd be nice.
I'm going to guess it's going to move.
Backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if you're gonna have all gears, but I'll bet it moves back.
You know what? I'm gonna make a bold claim. I think it'll stop too.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Where we're at right now is the fuel lines are back in. We leak checked by pressurizing the system, turning the key on, rocking it forward, having the pump run. No leaks yet. Now we're torquing down the intake runners and plenum, then plugs for injectors, throttle body, throttle cable. Put the alternator back on. How's it going?
Going well.
Ah?
Didn't break anything yet tonight.
Yeah, that's good. Your injectors look extra mouse-like right now with the pink sticking out from the inside.
Pink and white.
It's stylish. The deep powder coating job on the runners looks very nice. It's
Primo.
fancy.
Can't wait to do it all. Millimeter.
Okay, so before I set this back up, I may as well quick point out it's fully assembled. Fuel injectors, sensors, intake, vacuum lines that may or may not work. They're kind of crap, but optimism. Is that gonna be okay? Having crap behind it?
Yeah. This one's probably a cumulus.
What if it shoots fireballs? Then it won't be okay. Ah, that makes sense. Right.
Otherwise,
Don't need to burn the barn down.
yeah. Okay, contact, clear crank. Oh! Hey! Okay, hold it a minute. Let me do the timing light on.
Try also open the door so don't smoke it out.
What was that?
That was the starter.
Okay. We'll try not to do that anymore. Let me see. I have no idea which way I am on this now. I couldn't see the mark at all.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna have to experiment. Okay. Huh, we got some weirdness there. Sounds like we might have a donut leak, I think. There. Alright, maybe that was the wrong one. Second. Okay, clear. I think I had it right the first time. I caught it kind of at the very end there. Oh! Yeah, with flame.
Oh, fancy.
Because we got the module in there.
Oh.
What do you want me to do?
No, leave it running.
Okay, clear.
Hi, it's future Jordan speaking again. This time with a hat and a thick sweatshirt because it's, blizzarding outside in Michigan. But anyway, so at this point, we drove it home for night, and then the next weekend we actually did some road testing with it. Unfortunately, the road testing all happened at night, so the footage is basically like, you want to watch some lights go by? Because that's all we really got. But what we learned from the road testing is the transmission actually works pretty good. We got the first 3 gears, no overdrive / torque converter lockup. We actually tracked that problem down. Turns out there's the plug on top of that 4L60, and it's literally just broken off. Somehow the plastic got so dry, it's just pretty much disintegrated. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We also learned it goes down the road really well, actually. The speedometer, perfectly on. The tach, not so much. There seems to be some weird signal thing. It reads way higher than it's actually revving, but could have worse problems. Alignment, dead straight. I mean, you can let go of the wheel and it does the 3rd gen thing where it wants to follow the road surface, but it goes straight down a level road. On top of that, power, it's pretty spunky. I'll tell you what. It definitely has some tune-up capability in terms of it probably should have some fresh plugs, and there's probably more to be gained on timing and fuel mapping, because you can tell by the performance chip, or you can tell that the performance chip definitely is rich on the fuel, because when you really give it a solid tip in, there's a little light black smoke happening. But the test drive results were very, very positive. Can't get very far because you only got a 6-gallon tank, 5-gallon tank, boat tank. But it works. It actually doesn't leak, which is very nice. And yeah, the only real clunks and bangs happen from clear bushings that are worn out. I ordered up a set of all the sway bar end bushings. I need to check the shock bushings. I'm sure those aren't great. And then check bushings all around the rest of the car. I'm sure they're quite worn. But other than that, drives great. And just to give you a little taste of how good it drives, enjoy this little sizzle reel of some action of the car.